Hi everyone, welcome back to RTS and welcome back to another start to finish video in which we are playing with the load event, and today I am doing day 4 and day 5 of the load event because I think the prompts kind of went together for me and what I wanted to do. And so of course in our load event the theme is no place like home to scrapbook, ruby red scissors. That is the theme, Wizard of Oz. And of course, every video that Alice gives us in the morning in the prompt, she talks about the movie and just different things of how the movie was created. Just fun. So in day 4, the storm cellar was talked about in the movie. And so then our story prompt was, where do you hang out? And technique prompt was to use several layers of pattern paper on your page, which that's fun to do, always fun to do. I don't have any problem using pattern paper. Love that. And then on day 5, the twister that was in the movie, Alice went into details how that was created for the movie. Very, very fun. And so for the load event, you just don't get a video about do this and do that. No, there's a lot more to the load event than just getting a daily prompt. Yes. And I think there's already 5 daily prize alerts. Yeah, it's just been fun. And so for day 5, the twister or the tornado or the cyclone, create a page that has a story with a twist, which that would be fun. And the technique was, for a fun effect, use doodles on your page. So I'm absolutely going to combine day 4 and day 5 because where I hang out is the same place that I have a tornado going on most of the time. And that is my scrap space. And so as the load event was happening, and I had posted in a discussion board, it was only day 4 of load and my room's already a mess. My desk is a mess. And so when I saw day 5 about a cyclone, I thought that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a layout about the place I hang out at and my creative cyclone. And that is exactly what I'm going to title it. And so as day 4 of load was happening and we were talking on the discussion board, I snapped some photos and truly it is a cyclone of a mess going on in my space right now. But it is absolutely fun. So I'm going to do this page with a little twist, so hang on. And so I only have my photos, which I just printed in Wallet on my Epson PictureMate, and I picked out a collection and I went to Just Be You. Now this is one of the collections I have in one of my paper categories called documenting, because this, it's by Echo Park 2016, Just Be You. And I thought, oh, that would be where I'd put it, documenting about you. And so since this is about me and where I hang out and my creative cyclone, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to play with this collection because I have 2 of this collection and I have never played with it. I also have a 6x6 paper pad because by Echo Park, this was one of my favorite collections they did for 2016 and then also a couple years after that. This has just been an awesome, and I do believe you can get this at Hobby Lobby, and I think I've seen some people haul it at Tuesday morning, so yeah, imagine that. And so of course you can tell, yes, I have 2. That floral, oh yes, okay. Now I don't know what for papers and patterns I'm going to do with that. But I will figure that out. I will sit here and have fun. But since this is a creative cyclone, and I'm going to do a little bit of a twist with this designing of the page. And what am I going to do? I think what I'm going to do is happy horizontal. But then also too, one of the technique prompts was several layers of pattern paper. The block design, that's been on my brain because we've been talking about that. I may do that. But then what I'm going to do for a twist is, I just said my desk is a mess. My space is a mess. So I have some piles of things to put away. And I thought, wouldn't that be fun if I created a page with my photos and my papers, and then the other things that I use was stuff that I need to put away. So basically, I had to pick a pile. Okay, and this is what I did. No joke. I picked a pile, and this is stuff I need to put away. And so I simply just picked a pile, and I thought, whatever's in this pile, this is what I'm going to play with. So right here and right here, that's all I'm going to use to make this page. So we will see how this cyclone twist happens. Yes, look at all this. But this is just from my last 3 load pages. And so, yes, we're going to see. We're going to see what we make out of this creative cyclone mess. Very fun. I can't say this enough. I love Load because here I am. I'm combining prompts to create a page, to do a title, use technique. And then I'm also doing Disney pages. I'm doing some heartfelt journaling on some pages. And I got some other story ideas. I haven't even created the page. This is why I love Load. Yes, and I know some of my fellow subscribers are having fun in the Load event because they're posting their layouts in the Flickr gallery. So just very, very fun. Okay, so I will come back with a finished page, and I think I'm going to do a grid with my photos and maybe a happy horizontal. Maybe I might combine that, or maybe I'll get into the block design. Maybe I'll do all three. We'll see what we come up with. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so here is day 4 and day 5 finished page. And so I absolutely just played with this Echo Park Just Be You collection. And that is the papers I used. That's the stickers I used. That's the alpha I used. Love that. And so you can see that in my collection that was in my paper category, I absolutely included the sticker sheet, the alpha sheet, and the element sheet, which, you know, we don't get that anymore, but, you know, I don't need to beat a dead horse, do I? No, but what I'm saying is I keep that with the collection because I hadn't played with it, but once that starts to get a little old, then I'll move it. But for my newer collections, I keep it all together. I do a little bit of everything. So what I did was I took my 6 photos, put them on a simple grid, and put that on that yellow mat, and then I did a little bit of paper tearing. And then I did the happy horizontal behind my grid, which is this floral paper, and then this green and white stripe paper, which is, that's the A side, this is the B side. I ran a few scraps there. And they actually, I think they were from the branding strips. That's exactly what they were. Put them in a little fishtail element there. And then I did a block of my blue mat, and then I put that on another block of my 12x12 background, which is my pink polka dot, and that is the cut apart sheet. So that's how I did that. So I used a grid with a happy horizontal with a block. I did all 3 of that. And so this is what I call a very basic page when you want to use a lot of pattern, but you want it to be quick, because this page did not take very long. I think from start to finish, from going and printing my photos to waiting till they printed, and then getting out to collection and finishing everything in a journaling, I think it was 1 hour and 34 minutes, which is pretty good for actually printing photos and doing my journaling, and I was watching a show in between. So pretty good. But this is a very simple page because my photos are in a grid. I have one cluster down here, you know, just like a story cluster, and then one up here. I didn't do a visual triangle or anything like that. And then you'll notice that in the middle, that is where I put my title, because, you know, when you do a grid, you have those seams, and sometimes I like to do that and connect that, all of that 6 photos into one grid. And so that's where I put my title, and I used one of those stickers from the element sheet, and it was that great big pencil. So why not? We're being creative, so why not use the pencil? And I put another sticker on there, said be happy, and my title says Creative Cyclone, which was from the 2 load prompts that Alice gave us. And then, of course, you know, because we're talking about the Wizard of Oz and the cyclone and the tornado and the storm cellar and Toto and all that, I had to put on the bike, because I have a lot of bikes in my scrap supplies, but I don't use it a lot. So I put the bike, and then everything else that is here. Remember I said the twist that I was going to do on this start to finish was to use all these things that was laying from leftovers, and that's what I did. I used leftover from, I don't know what page that was from, and then this was leftover from yesterday, and just leftovers, bits and pieces. Got some photo corners on there, but other than that, it's a very simple page. It doesn't look simple because of the use of pattern paper, but really, if you get to the bare bones, a piece of paper on 2 pieces of paper, on a piece of paper, on a piece of paper. That's how simple it is. Again, when you know what the designs are, the basic designs, the go-to designs in scrapbooking, pages come together very, very quick. And then if you pair that with giving yourself a set amount of embellishments to play with, another quick page. Yes. So I love how I got the bike on there. And then remember, I did that twine. I had a little tutorial while that was laying on my desk. I threw that right on there. It just looks cute. And I didn't even have to do that. It was just laying right there. And of course, this twine, using this super glue gel, really stays on it well. Some of these elements are on foam. I got some puffies on there. And of course, the puffies, you might as well add some quick dry or what other liquid adhesive you have, because they're just not going to be stuck. And that is how simple that is to do that. So it's a grid, on a happy horizontal on a block. That's all it is. And if you notice, what else did I do? I did everything in the offset method as far as my background papers, and my grid is just a little bit on the offset. So just another way to do those designs, and I hope you're enjoying those go-to designs. The other one will be coming up, I'd say, in a couple weeks. So that is my finished page for day 4 and day 5 of the load event. Now, since I combined both of these prompts together, that automatically does not make me in the drawing for the prize, because you can't do that in the load event. But I do not do the load event to win the prize. I'm doing it to me, my prize is this right here, the page, the finished page. So I did want to mention that you can't combine prompts when you're doing the load event if you want in on that mega prize, okay? So I did want to say that. But for me, this is what I wanted to do. And, you know, I'm a rule breaker. I do things different all the time. But that is my finished page, using the Echo Park Just Be You collection, and then also too just playing with the leftovers I had from the previous day's pages. I didn't have to get out of my seat. Process went very fast, especially for printing my photos and getting my journaling done. Yes, love that. So another go-to design, a video will be popping up sometime soon. Those videos take probably 10 to 12 hours by the time I do up the content, write up the content, and then actually do the content, and then the exporting and uploading takes another, I'd say, about 40 to 42 hours. So from start to finish, from conception until that actual video is up for you to see, it takes over, well, close to 50 hours, sometimes over. So I will definitely get another one up, and we will be talking about the L design, and because that's been on my brain, so you'll see some of those coming up in the load start to finish videos. So I think that is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this. The load event is going so well. I think I just looked, and we're only in halfway of day 5, and there's almost 600 photos. That means 600 layouts posted. Amazing. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so that's all I have for today. Come back to RTS, because you never know what we're going to learn. Bye.